What up, SK family? It's your girl KG. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put hashtag replay in the comments. The way you know you're watching the replays when you look up and you don't see that live red box. That means you are watching the replay. If you're new, meaning you've never watched any of our lives before, go ahead and put new in the comments. And if you're watching us live, go ahead and put hashtag HasK in the comments. And go ahead and drop that clock because every day we are reclaiming our time. My name is Katia Green. This is my lovely wife, Stephanie Green, and we make up HasK. We are your superheroes of self-care. We help wounded healers activate their inner superhero so they can live an authentic, bold, and free life. How y'all doing tonight? It's hump day. It's Wisdom Wednesday, whatever it is for you. We just coming on to clear some things up. You know, we put a video out on YouTube. We've did a live on Facebook in our groups and on our pages, and we've talked about this. But based off some of the questions that we're getting, people not understanding, like I guess they're not getting what we put out. So we just want to clear some things up. I don't know
if they're not getting it, or
I don't know.
they're unable. They either
Are they looking at it through their own lens?
they're unable to see past their own biases or traumas.
Yeah. So we're here for that.
Oh yeah. Hold on.
So how many, if you watching live or the replay, how many of y'all got to watch the actual YouTube video? And if you watched it, tell us your interpretation. You just want to, we know what we put out. We know what was said on the video, but what was your interpretation of our live that we did? If you was on the live or you skimmed through it, before we get into this clear up, we want to see what your thoughts are and what you got to say on it. Where you want to start? How you want to start it?
I thought some of the comments were interesting. I will say this, that we really didn't tell anybody. And I know that each person goes through things differently, and each person has their way of handling things. And that if I personally wanted to answer individual questions, I would not have taken the path that I took. And I know a bunch of you ran to TikTok to listen to that lady's 50 hour. And a lot of you complain that she talks slow, you sped it up and stuff like that. You can do that on YouTube too, by the way. You can speed it up if you felt like 30 minutes was too long. But if I wanted to answer specific questions that are already addressed in the video, I would have told you individually. And so for people who don't really speak to me on a regular basis to reach out and ask me questions that were addressed in the video, it's kind of rude and disrespectful. We put out videos, that's what we do. But there's nothing in that particular video that literally requires you to visually have to watch it. So literally, if you really want to know some of the answers, listen. Put your headphones in while you're washing dishes. You can put one of your AirPods in if you have to keep an eye out for your kids. But you listen while you're in the shower. Listen on your way to work. Listen while you're washing your dishes. Listen while you're doing anything else. Listen to places if you're audible. If you really want to know what's happening. There is no reason why I should be getting back and forth text messages. And that took the same span of 30 minutes to answer questions that could be addressed if you just took the time to listen. If I wanted to do that, I would have done it. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
I mean, you pretty much said it. I mean, I feel like, you know, we put out our video. And I was like, if you cared enough to know, you would have watched said video. And you would have communicated, you know, if you wasn't sure, just based off the questions that I got.
Yes.
I knew people didn't watch the video.
No.
Or you just, you know, I'm like, because we answered that. Or just some of the, you know, some of the stuff that I personally want to clear up is no, we're not separated. No, we're not separating.
But that was all addressed in the
yes,
video.
we
So
never said that.
If you watched that, then that was made abundantly clear. So that should even have been answered right there. Because if you watch the video, like that was there. That was there.
No, we're not seeing other people.
I mean, I can understand kind of that question, but I feel like based off of what was disclosed in the video, that was very counterproductive. That was asked on the live, so nobody asked me that privately. So, but I shouldn't be a message like, "Are y'all getting divorced?"
Yeah,
that was addressed in the video, so that answer was there, pretty clear as day. But I feel like questions like that, if you want to know, drop them in the description of the video or the live when we said ask us anything. Drop it there.
You know,
I think I said that in the live too. Yeah. Don't ask me anything in my DM. Drop it there.
Yeah, just put it on there. The questions, the encouragement that you have in a text message, put it on the video. You know, I don't know if you talk shit about us behind our backs that you do so, you know, I don't know why people don't put stuff like that.
I mean, the words of encouragement is fine. I mean, I would prefer them in the video because that way, if you know how social media works, the algorithms work better if you would drop them there. I don't know what your reasonings would be for not dropping them there. If you want to drop them there and personally make sure we see them, that's fine too. But you know, if social media would prefer that you drop them there, because that way the algorithm's like, oh, you watched it and you liked it, and so commented there. That would be much appreciated. The words of encouragement that we are receiving via text and DMs. We would really appreciate if you would drop those words of encouragement on the actual videos that you are watching, whether it be Facebook or YouTube, especially YouTube. If you have a Gmail account, watch it from that account and you can comment. It doesn't cost you anything.
It's what free. Up, Bree?
Those are, when we talk about free ways to support, that's what we're talking about. Go ahead and like, subscribe. Free, cost you nothing. Go ahead and read that out loud. Thank you. Oh, no, we're not explaining anything.
She said, I'm glad you just said that because I was about to tell y'all stop explaining yourself to people, but y'all said folks were asking questions. I watched the video and y'all explained everything.
Thank you. I thought we were abundantly clear. I pride myself in all my years of customer service has positioned me on ways to think of things from the dumbest person. To say that plainly. So ask Katia, when we're troubleshooting things, we're putting things on websites, we're putting things out, that I try to think of things from the dumbest person possible. So I try to make sure things are explained the clearest, most abundant way possible without making myself sound stupid. Like I still have to, in certain instances, you know, we have to position ourselves as experts, you know, because in our field and stuff like that, because we have to build that know, like, and trust, so that way you will, you know, want us to teach you and all that stuff. But I try to make sure that we explain things well, everything is outlined. And if you don't read, then that is not my fault. If you can't read, let us know so we can help you in that regards. But if you can read and you don't read, that is your fault, and I don't care at that point. But if you can't read, let us know, and then we can definitely make the adaptions there.
Yeah.
She said I deal with it every day at work. Trust me, I know. Customer service has definitely prepared me for idiots because people are stupid. Whether willfully or not, I don't know. So I think majority of it is willful, and I try to prepare myself for the willfully stupid, not the people who can't help it. Hey, from me and Raylan, because you stupid. And that is willful. But no, this is just a quick clear up, and then we're back to your regular scheduled program. Because I'm not giving any more energy to this. Go watch YouTube, and if you drop any questions in the appropriate videos, and stop DMing me and text messaging me. Questions that are in the videos.
Yeah. I will say this. When you looking at someone else's situation, whether it's similar to ours or not, take off your trauma lenses, take off your personal experiences, because I think that's where a lot of the hiccup is. People are seeing this similar situation through maybe their mom or dad was going through this, or they went through it, or their own. Yeah, and it's just like, it's not that, because it's literally as simple as we described it in the video. Yes. We have some array of emotions personally, but it's literally that simple.
But I mean, my thing is, I won't say every, but I'll say most long-term couples because most people are not healthy.
No.
And most people who have gotten to this point in their relationship have not taken the healthy approach. Most of the time, one person has gotten fed up, has not said anything, has just said fuck it, and has left the other person to basically feel blindsided because they didn't express themselves verbally. They expressed it non-verbally, and the person did not pick up on the cues because they don't speak that language, especially in a heterosexual relationship or if one of the person is neurodivergent. They didn't know. They missed the cues because they didn't speak that language. You didn't use your words. You didn't speak clearly, so they did not know what you were saying. Even if you use words, you didn't use the appropriate words. It came off as nagging. We addressed it in the last video.
Mm-hmm.
And so when you, rather than verbalize, this is where I'm feeling, oh, you're feeling that too. That's kind of how we had. One person just begrudgingly trucked on and just adding on to the checklist of things that was wrong with the other person. And then just said, you know what? I'm done. And the other person's like, what the fuck just happened? Happens all the time. You see it in these marriage groups. My wife just left me and I don't know what happened. She says she's done. She won't let me fix it. My husband just left me. He says he's done. He won't let me fix it. I've been giving this person chance after chance after chance. They wouldn't fix it. Meanwhile, you start asking, probing in the questions in the comments, and they wouldn't fix it. But then you ask, and then meanwhile, they weren't communicating effectively what they've done. And then they start getting defensive and they turn off the comments or they dirty delete the post. She said, I think it's beautiful what y'all are doing. Me and Tony went through stuff and didn't tell anyone. We're still working on it. I'm autistic. We feel Tony is too. And I think that's where our problem lies. We clash because of our way of thinking. Yes, probably. I mean, probably. I think a lot of people in our age range are one or both of us is probably running undiagnosed. Most of us in our age range. In most of relationships, one or both of us probably is. We were at the age where, especially if you look like us, our parents we learned to mask very well, especially if you're African American. You learn to mask real fast. You learn to mirror your non-neurodivergent siblings or your peers real fast. You had no choice. Yeah, I'm probably so. I wonder if anybody did a study. I'd be willing to learn about those results. probably.
Yeah. I just think that, you know,
She said very well. I always knew something was off with me, and I made them test me. I feel wasn't so. I'd be curious if like one of both of us. I'd be curious to see what the results were. Honestly. Sorry, what were you saying?
and I was just saying that, you know, we share because that's what our brand is about. Self-love, self-care, and dealing and being transparent. And you know, a lot of times people think transparency is telling your business, but when we're content creators, we're a brand that's about self-love and self-care. So it's our job to show you that when you don't see eye to eye, whether it's friends, family, in this our case, spouses, to see how you can get through this healthy. Like, so many people used to seeing their parents fight, argue, or that you and your partner fight, argue when y'all get through stuff. And nothing's perfect. We've never displayed a level of perfection. No one is perfect. But what we always advocate for is healthy. You can literally disagree and still not argue. That is a fact. It can happen with work. You can have a healthy disagreement, and you be like, if you was on the outside looking in, like, oh, y'all just talking. You can literally work through it. It takes a lot of work on both people's parts. And, you know,
Sorry.
but a lot of times when you come out and you tell people, like, you know, this is where we are, it's just like, whoa, they automatically, the light bulb goes to their own experience or their childhood experience, and they project their issues on you. And that's how some people watched our YouTube and got what they got out of it. That's how some people watched our live and got what they got out of it. And if you want to know what we talking about, like Steph said, Google is free. Everybody got a Gmail. Go log in and look for us and watch the video.
HSK18.
HSK18.
Or www.com. Say HSK.com. .info will take you to transformation. Oh, well. Ooh. It's going to take you to transformation zone.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of them.
Yeah.
I was going to say transformation zone, and I was like, wait, it is, but it wasn't the one I was thinking of. It's going to take you to our coaching program. Oh, she said, the other comment above that one. She said, I knew it just wasn't my mental health issues, and I fought to get it diagnosed. I finally got one in 2021.
Okay.
That's how my parents fight growing up. My parents and my mom and real dad got divorced when I was 3. She married my stepdad when I was 6. Tony and I both got issues from our childhood that definitely presents itself on our relationship and even our friendships as kids from me. For sure.
And those things have to be addressed like they must. If you want, not just you and Tony, but if anybody wants a healthy connection with anybody, you know, friends, relationship, you have to deal with that stuff. It sucks. How do I know? Because I went to therapy. I had to relive a lot of stuff. I came out of many therapy sessions heavy, not just going to sit in a chair and saying, oh, I went to therapy. No, literally refilling. You're going to have to, because remember, we suppress things. We're taught to suppress it. So you're going to have to bring it back up and feel it. And it sucks. But I got through it, you know, and we are where we are today and being able to deal with what we're dealing with because we are both working. It's effort. daily effort. And you're not going to always get it right, but you got to eventually, the goal is to get it right more than you get it wrong. Because that whole, I'm not going to always get it right. And you keep using that same phrase and you getting more wrong. And it's 10 years now past and there's not a whole lot of change. You can, a lot of stuff I just released. I was like, you know what? These people dead, gone. I don't want to deal with it. I'm done. Done, gone. Gone out my life. You know? And so, like, you know, it helped me be able to be where I am in our marriage today. You know, and you got to be around healthy couples. Like, there's not a lot of, I personally don't feel like there's a lot of healthy couples out there, because you either have one that's working and the other one's not, just like Steph shared in the beginning. One working, one not. We are actually both working, and we both noticed some things, and we came to a realization, and it was scary. So, you know, we just wanted to come and clear things up, not necessarily to answer any questions, because you could have put it on that live, or you could put it under the YouTube comment.
Oh yeah, no, it's just more so just,
you know, because people were asking us questions that were answered in the video.
Or more so just asking questions kind of from like, where did you get that from? And I realized people were probably answering from their own trauma, their own lens.
Because you hear a couple, oh, we not seeing eye to eye, and they jump to divorce, separation, seeing other people, like,
and those were never said.
No, we're working over here. And we're not starting from a rough foundation either. So there's that. You know, there's not a rugged. We got some marks in the ground, you know, but we legit not coming from, hey David, we're legit not coming from a rough foundation. You know, our communication has gotten a lot better. We've worked through a lot of things, and for the overall, we have a great time together. But we want to show people that, you know, everybody want the title. Hey Teresa.
Hey, Teresa.
Everybody want the title husband. Everybody want the title wife, but nobody want to really put in the work. They just want, oh, I want to show off my ring. I want to look cute. Appreciate you stopping by. I want to look cute. And I want to do da 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 da. But nobody wants to actually put in the work. Like, marriage is fun. Marriage is supposed to be fun. Like, even when you're not seeing eye to eye, you should be able to work through your things. And that's what we are.
It definitely has its fun parts.
Yeah.
It definitely has its parts that aren't fun.
Yeah, but the not so fun doesn't have to be horrible and detrimental. It's just like not a fun day. Like Stephanie and Katia just didn't see eye today at that moment. It doesn't have to make the whole day. I've been friends with him since we were 11. I realized through therapy that a lot of stuff I did to him growing up and in the beginning of our relationship, because of stuff that was happening at home. Fast forward, us married, my mom passing away, and me lashing out about that. He reacted off of home. I treated him and reacted to how he responded, and then it was just a vicious cycle. Don't get me wrong, we love the fuck out of each other. I'm in therapy for unaddressed childhood issues, so I've since taken accountability for my part. That's good. Accountability is important. I know some of my stuff was childhood, but a lot of my stuff was relationships prior to Steph. Like, a couple of my exes, well, one of my exes for sure cheated with men and went back to a man before she left me the last time. She said she wanted to work on us, put the ring back on, and then 2 weeks later, she was like, I'm making you happy. I'm not happy, and left with a dude. So, and then my second one before is iffy. But that caused me to like have some trust issues coming into the gate, but I had to work through them. So you do have to work through some things. And I had some abandonment issues from childhood because I felt like every person that I loved and cared about either died or left me. So, but you have to own it. Like, but marriage should not be literally, I personally feel, this is just me, no knock to nobody else watching the live or the replay. I don't feel like marriage should be full of tug of wars. I feel like marriage should be fun and exciting and have amazing times together. And there might be sprinkled days.
Oh, like Shade, okay.
There might be sprinkles of days where you're not seeing eye to eye, and you should be able to look at each other and have that healthy conversation without arguing. Conflict is inevitable. Argument is a choice. And I want to get to the point where we fully embody that statement. We getting there. We don't, and the thing is, like, a lot of times people see us on Facebook, they see the posts that we post about each other, they see the smiley faces, and that's all true. If you ever hung around us, you know that it's not a facade. We legit like enjoy each other's company. And for me, it's like we like the same amount of things. I feel like couples should be more alike than not, and just enough different that you balance each other out. And that's what Steph and I have. We like a lot of the same things, but there's some things that she's taught me. Some of the foods I eat is because of you.
Good stuff.
But we rolling over here. We putting in the effort. We put it in this effort before January 1. That video was shot, and we just decided to share it. So don't think it was like last week, because we shared it 2 weeks ago, or whenever Steph shared it. That was months ago. Last week she shared it, but the video was actually shot months ago. Relationship's supposed to be fun, y'all. That's why we working through this thing. And it's working through does not mean fighting. That's what I want to, I do want to say that for y'all. Working through does not mean fighting. We working through. We figuring things out. I was being bullied by my brother at home, so that caused me to lash out at everyone growing up. So I became a bully. That's most bullies were bullied. That's a reaction. I loved him from the day I saw him, and we were 11. I knew by 13 I wanted to marry him. When I finally got him, I didn't know what to do with him because of how my brother treated me and my ex did to me. I don't trust men, but I trusted him. So we started having issues. My walls went up, and I still got it up, but I'm working through therapy. Me and Ray are polar opposites. We aren't similar, but we are complementary. Our differences what actually made us want the other person. I would not marry a bullheaded Capricorn. Hey, LOL. Yeah, I agree. Like,
so you wouldn't have married yourself?
Most Capricorns would marry you. I mean, it would be us always working, always focused on stuff. Like, literally, we got some strong personalities that just, you need that balance. And every Capricorn that I've known have shared that they need that balance. We know where our weak points are. We know where we need. Yeah, no Capricorn will marry another, there are Capricorn relationships out there, but I need that balance. And I agree, like, me and Steph and I are more alike, but I'm a nerd. I like nerdy stuff. So to find somebody that like you can actually enjoy those things with. But she could teach me some things too. So we know we're enough different. Go ahead.
Not, I don't have nothing to say. I mean, I think we would be a good balance. We would make a good balance for each other. Pretty sure you can finish the rest of my sentence for me.
Yeah. We working those areas there we working through. Us releasing, we both have walls up that we need to break down. And that will complete the cycle of our relationship as far in a healthy manner. And we are talking through and working through what we will talk through and work through. But I just want people to know the clearing up for me is when someone say they working through something, I know y'all ears and y'all eyes are looking through and hearing through your own trauma. But every time you see somebody say, a couple say they working through something, it does not mean it's negative. It does not mean they over here fighting and arguing and cursing each other out and calling each other out their name. It does not mean that. We just literally working through, figuring things out. You got two people that are legit. This is, to me, this, in my personal experience, and what my love templates I had growing up were not healthy. I've never seen two people work on themselves in a healthy manner at the same time in a relationship. I've never seen that personally. I'm talking about the people that I've been in my close circle. Because if you haven't shared with me what you and your spouse was doing, you can't count that. But people who have shared with me, I've never seen two people work at the same time. It's scary. Because you wake up and you see another person in the mirror and another person gets a voice and starts talking a different type of way. I've been with mine 30 years. I don't want no one else, and I'm not accepting no one else. Fair? Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, we're at a point where we're working on us, but we ain't holding each other hostage if we really legit feel like it ain't gonna work. Because some people will hold on people just because they don't want nobody else to have them. That's unhealthy. We're literally trying to handle this thing the most healthiest way possible. Excuse me. Healthiest way possible. But like I could tell that a lot of y'all, based off your text messages and DMs, that y'all didn't really get the video.
No, they got it. They didn't watch it. They didn't bother to watch it. They just saw the title. Saw the title, watched a little bit, and it's like, I'm not gonna watch it. I'm just get the scoop, and I think that's rude and disrespectful. And so
I do too.
They got sent links.
I was like, because I literally, and it's crazy that we dealing with this at the same time that woman posted them 50 videos, 10 minutes apiece. And like there were some people that literally watched all 50. Mm-hmm. Even if you watched a third of them, you watched it, that's 30 minutes. Our video only 30 minutes. You know, give or take.
It's around 30 minutes or so.
You know.
But my thing is, like I said, that video, there's nothing visually in there that requires you to have to be like if you look, like if you were to close your eyes and just listen, you're not going to miss anything. Like you could literally sit there like this for the whole time while you're driving. Like you don't have to watch it.
Go ahead.
I'm saying you don't have to watch it. You don't have to have your eyes on it. Like you're not going to miss anything. Like other than the beginning when I did like this with the picture, like other than that, once you get past that point, you're not going to miss anything visually. You're not. And I'm thinking after, I was like, dang, I should have zoomed in on it. But other than that, you're not going to miss anything visually. I promise. Like, and I did that like the first like couple minutes of the video. And after that, there's nothing visually. But even you, and that's just a visual. Like verbally, you don't even need that visual to get it. I just did it because I'm like, get the video. Why not? But like, you don't even need that to get the point. The point is abundantly clear without that. So you don't need the visual. Like, you don't have to watch it. You can listen to it. There's no reason why you can't. You listen to everything else.
She said, the only way I think people work at the time is if they grew up together. Ray and I shared childhood together, so we did have growth going at the same time. It's like we enter each phase of life together, so we're growing simultaneously, but that's not the norm for most couples.
No, and even it's still not the norm because men and women mature at different stages. So even though you hit life stages at the same time, y'all didn't mature at the same time either. So like, y'all did, but y'all didn't.
Oh, I ain't watch it either. Somebody put like this long paragraph, and I got it. I was like, oh, got it.
But you know the crazy thing is, every time I came across that paragraph, this one said something to me. You know, every time like Facebook, you do something, it blank out and go. So I haven't even read that damn paragraph. I have saved it, and I have not even read the paragraph, and I haven't watched near one of the videos either. I think I caught one of them recaps on Facebook, and she was saying how like the brother-in-law reached out and he wanted to like, or his brother wanted to clarify some things, and I was like, I don't even care. But no, I didn't watch near one of it. But the point of it is, if people want to know, they will watch it. That was the point.
That was the point.
Fuck all y'all.
Why? Yeah, you're not going. Because my thing is, people will literally sit and text you back and forth for 30 minutes, and that was the length of my video. You could have just watched the video and got
heard it literally straight from the horse's mouth.
Right. Like, I'm not texting you back and forth.
If I wanted to do that, I would have. Like, we literally didn't tell.
That tells me that you. I mean, I'm not saying verbatim, but it potentially tells me two things. You just being nosy, and you don't want to watch it, or you don't want to comment and get it addressed in the comments. I don't know why, whatever, for whatever reason. But to address this, I mean, I feel like Steph and I didn't grow up together.
That's what she's saying. Most people don't grow up. Most people don't grow at the same time unless they literally do like we did and intentionally decide.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. That's what I was saying.
Most people don't.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, we didn't grow up together, but I feel like we experienced similar things because when you don't grow up together, most people don't have childhood, but you got to be intentional. That's the whole thing. Hey, Vicky, you got to be intentional about growing together. You got to be intentional. Like, I just feel like marriage should be fun. Like, if it worked out how it should, where people heal before they get in relationships, but like a lot of people meet each other young and, but that's different, a little different, but you still, like, it shouldn't be you spending 85%, 90% of your marriage individually growing and not enjoying. I feel like marriage should be enjoying life. We have a lot of fun. And I feel like once somebody said something to us in the comments that stuck with me, and that was Nichelle. And she said, I think if people just love and enjoy life and take the expectations down, that you would just be a lot happier. Yeah. Like, you learn and grow as you grow. Like, we feel like we got to meet these expectations of our parents, grandparents. It's your marriage. I just feel like relationships should be fun. Me and Steph have more fun than not. The last 8 years, minus the 2 I was deployed, even some of the 2 that I was deployed, we did some creative things together while I was deployed that most people was like, wow, I never thought about that. And they have been deployed 3 or 4 times. We went to the movies together. She literally propped me up on FaceTime, turned the volume down, and I watched the movie with her. We went on a virtual dinner date, anniversary date. Like, we did things to stay connected. Was it perfect? The first time was a rocky. The second time, we filled it.
I remember I gave somebody else ideas for like long distance relationship, and she's like, "Yep." But her situation, they weren't deployed. I think he was just away for business or work or something. She was like, so they got the same meal together, they cooked together, they showered together, like they would cook. So they were at the same state. They went like they would shop together, and so they were like, okay, they got the chicken, and it was cool. So they would eat together. It was cute.
Yeah, you gotta make it work. I just feel like relationships should be fun. You're
Mhm.
not gonna always agree, but we could, because of all the fun and enjoyment we're having, it's life. Like, don't live in a box. Just have fun. That's all I want to do. I want to work on these barriers that we have, and we're gonna have fun. I think we get through these, we're gonna have fun. Stephanie is a great woman. She's a great person. I know what I have in a woman. I know what I married. You know, I don't think I would find anyone else more compatible than she, because of what I desire in a partner. It's not about sex for me. Like, I'm more intellectual, mental, and this woman vocabulary is out of this world. Like, she be saying words and I be like, what is that? And she teach me all the time. Just like, she's phenomenal. And it's not just for live. She's a phenomenal person. We both have areas we can work on and grow in. But overall, she's phenomenal. I just want to enjoy life. She love to travel. I'm going. Don't ask me where I'm going. Stephanie chose it. I'm just going. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to have a good time. We got trips planned for this trip planned for this year. We got two trips so far planned for next year, and then the following year is our vow renewal.
We still got a trip planned for that one too, tentatively.
Yes, so we doing things, but I just want people to. That's the main thing for me to clear up is when people say they working on them, don't just assume they fighting. Don't just assume they negative because you fought when you got on a post or when you told your family in person that we working on us. That was because y'all was fighting, arguing, bickering, and it was all negative. So then when we said we working on us, you just assume we arguing, fighting, name calling, bickering, and cursing. It's none of that over here. We don't do that on a regular. Like, we ain't over here cursing each other out, calling each other out our names and fighting, and it's none of that over here. We literally don't be doing that. 8 years, we have 4 that I could count. And if Steph no more, she could say it. 4 huge blow-ups. And they didn't even last that long. Some few days, but I'm talking about months of not speaking, no.
I don't know.
So we trying to get an RV now that the baby's grown. Okay. The RV life is fun. I've seen people do that.
Every 2 years.
Yeah, you don't need nobody in your business. That's why, like, I want to be around other healthy couples. I want couples that are where we are and we can work together, but I also want couples who surpass where we are when it comes to maturity and growth. Like, there's nothing more awesome than hanging around healthy couples. And trust me, me and Steph have had couples group and people are like, oh, I'm healthy. And they argue, like, and it ain't even no, little simple joint. They like ready to fight. Cause me and Steph, all couples, if somebody around me and they not seeing eye to eye, they having a little moment. Man, we had those moments. I don't look at you no different. But I ain't about to be over here trying to break up fights. Not doing it. But like I said, if you got questions, put it in that live on our page where it say ask us anything, or go on our YouTube and watch it. Don't be in our
after you finish it.
after
then
you
drop
finish
your
it.
questions, because I'm sure their questions were addressed in there.
Yes, watch the whole video. It ain't like you Steph said. You could wash dishes and listen. You don't need to watch. You can listen. I literally put somebody YouTube on their playlist because I wanted to help them get more playtime. So I watched all their videos, put it on my iPad, and let it play. Because that's what you do. You support people. Come on, y'all. It's YouTube. Playtime is what get people seen. Then you go back and put a comment that's relevant to the topic. And don't just put, hey, I'm happy for you. Hey, you working. Everyone is, my friend group is married or in a relationship. That's good. One day I hope to find that. Only thing I want to know is, are y'all going to do the 90s bar crawl again this year?
Probably not.
When is it?
Probably not.
We have to look. I don't know.
Probably not.
Steph said probably not. Yeah, I don't know.
April. Probably not.
That date.
Probably not.
Yeah, we probably not. I might got school. That date sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar.
Yeah.
I'm mad on my 36 years of living. You don't know how to spell my fucking name.
Not you spelling your cousin's name wrong.
Fired.
PH
Just
is
for
not
that.
it. It's F.
Just for that, I'm gonna misspell your name the next time I text you on purpose.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to school, so I don't know.
I'm gonna put a U and a Y. Me and Ray don't have arguments because my mans don't argue. I can see that. I can definitely see that. I can see that. Me and my mans don't argue because my mans don't argue. I'll be arguing with my damn self and realize this man and let my scary tail self argue with myself. After I calm down, he'll talk to me about the disagreement. That's the thing I love about him. He don't argue. I could definitely see.
I can see that.
I could definitely see that. He just sit there and look at you like, bye. When you ready to have an adult conversation, I'll be here for you.
I'm gonna be like Ray when I grow up.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I said when I grow up.
That was my famous line when I worked at Hallmark. I'd be like, when you're ready to have a conversation, I'll be here for you. When you can stop screaming, yelling, and cursing at me, I'll be glad to have a conversation with you. I still spell her out. I supervisor. Man, Stephanie's whack just because how she spelled her name. Just kidding. JK, haha. Don't fire her. Love. Tony's the best employee you've got. Hello. Get there, you were like me. We will never reach level, Ray.
I'm growing. Look, I ain't trying to be strong Capricorn forever. I really want to grow in that area. And I believe no matter what your sign is, you can grow.
I could be Ray depending on the day. Depends on the day. How many times have I said, when you're ready to have a conversation, I'll be here for you? I'm quick to say that and be like, dude.
That might be for a client. I ain't hear that from me.
You have heard that. I don't say adult conversation. I'm like, we're ready to have a conversation. I'll be here. Like, I'm not having a conversation energy. I have definitely said that. I said I'm ready depending on the day. Some days I'll be like, you want it? Let's go. It depends on the day. But I aspire to have more days like Ray.
Well, I'll put it like this.
I want to have more days like Ray.
I'm not going to say I want to be Ray. I want to say I want to be able to get my point across without all the extra shit. And then be respected that I didn't do the extra shit. And I said, treat it like I did the extra shit, but I didn't do the extra shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing. For all parties involved out there in the world, when people change and grow, don't still treat them like they did from the previous month.
You have to also give person grace, because you have to understand when you have been bracing yourself for the extra shit, you have to be like, oh, it didn't come. You got to give people time for that, because especially when the person's been embracing themselves for years. You got to understand that Rome wasn't built in a day. And so then you have to give them grace for years for that wall to come down, because that wall wasn't built from just one time.
You can flinch, but don't. You ain't got
But that wall was built for years and years and years and years. So you have to give them time. You can't expect, oh, one time, I'm good, I'm healed now. Like,
No, I
nah,
never
you
said
can't.
that.
But I'm just saying.
Come on, Steph.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, as you get to that level, you also have to understand that the person's response didn't get there overnight. So as you heal and grow, you also have to understand that that person's response wall didn't get there overnight. And so you have to give that person's their wall time to come down as well. She said, thank you, me and Tony struggling. He keeps acting like I'm the same. Right. But you understand how many years have you done that? This is his response wall. You have to give him a little grace. He does need to be receptive, but you also have to give him a little grace, because he didn't build that wall overnight. That came from years and years and years and years of you doing whatever you did to him to get that wall there. So give him a little grace, but he does need to acknowledge the new you. But give him a little grace to adjust to that new you, not to you that he had to build for his own self-preservation, and you have to give him time to break it down. I don't think that's our zodiac sign. I'm very vocal, and he tells me it's not disrespectful. And he even tells me it's not, but I don't take many breaths when I express myself. Love my first career choice. Yeah.
I get it.
She's not disrespectful. It's just a lot. Most of it. She's not generally disrespectful. It's just a lot sometimes. It's a lot. And so our personality types are different, and it's a lot. I am very logical, and I feel my feels. I feel my emotions, but I feel like my emotions have no place when it comes to decisions. And she will feel her feels. And sometimes I feel like she's a cut your nose to spite your face type of person. And sometimes she lets her emotions carry her decisions. And so sometimes when we converse, sometimes I feel like there are some feelings in there, and it's a lot for me. And especially as an empath, it's a lot. And I don't want them. And so for my own self-preservations, I have to guard myself. And so it's not that she's disrespectful. It's not that she's abusive. So before you're like, oh my God, nah, go ahead and don't even run with that, because you can't.
They're gonna run with it anyway.
Girl, fuck them. But
you know, now you are right now. My Capricorn about to come out.
So she's not aggressive. She's not rude. She's not abusive. But sometimes those feelings do come off as combative, and sometimes they may come off as a little defensive. And sometimes they're just a lot. And so for my own self-preservation, I've had to put up a little bit of a wall sometimes. And that's what I mean. It's a response. Sometimes I say them just like, what am I going to get? Am I going to get logic? Am I going to get met with reason? Or am I going to get met with a lot of feelings? And I'm like, what am I going to feel? Oh, okay. I'm okay. Here's my opinion. Here's my response. Here's my whatever. Here's what I have to bring up. Okay. Here goes. That's all. That's what I mean. You understand? That's why I'm being so patient, but it still drives me crazy. Understandable. So that's what I mean by that. So that's what I'm like, what am I going to get hit with? So I have to brace myself because I don't know what I'm going to get. So. But no, she's not over here harming me. For you weirdos out there praying for our demise. That's what Ray says. There's a lot in a short time span. Yes, he doesn't have time to process, and I still be talking, and he's trying to process when my Cajun comes out, and I literally be speaking a different language, so I'm learning to slow down how much I say. And it's not that she says a lot; it's just a lot of emotions. It's the emotions. If she could just take a deep breath, feel the feels, and just feel them. Just don't give them to me. That's all I need. Feel them. I mean, I'm human, but I just know how, I just.
But sometimes, for me, I feel the feels and the outcome, whether logical or not, is how I feel. I mean, it's how I will respond regardless. And it just made me not be the way you feel is the response needed.
But it's not logical. Sometimes I said that. It's not logical.
Everything is not like that. It is what it is.
It's not rational.
You're not gonna your brain's not gonna process it because you don't operate like that. But sometimes it's not like I'm throwing emotion and I'm trying to I would deal with it. It is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. And I get it. You don't think like that, but everything that I do is not emotion driven. It's just like that's my response. That's how it's gonna be.
My man's disappeared. He runs. I don't blame him. So. Oh God. Plus, we don't know if he's autistic or not. Sometimes he doesn't get what I'm saying because everything's black and white. Yep.
It must be a family trait.
Shit, no.
Me, I'm an overthinker. She your cousin.
Yeah, but I'm not autistic.
I didn't say autistic. I said overthinker.
I'm an overthinker.
I didn't say that has nothing.
Autistic.
I didn't say that it's a connection.
Right, but I'm not autistic.
You ain't even tested.
Neither have you.
Right. I ain't never said I wasn't even talking about the autistic part.
No, I know.
I was saying that part. I said that must be a family trait.
Right. But you are very black and white. I am not. I'm not black and white at all. I'm like you, and that's a problem. You always feel like you don't give me enough details. And when I ask for questions and I ask for clarity, you get irritated. So I'm like, I need more information so I can process this appropriately, and you get irritated.
So it's a difference of opinion. I mean, a difference of personality.
But my thing is, it would just be easier. You just give me the information I need so I can appropriately.
So that helps you, but it still leaves me having to, it's a difference of personality.
It would just be so simple. We bump heads because I need yes, and then he gets irritated. He's like, "Why are you in my business?" I'm like, "Just answer the
y'all definitely cousins.
Just answer a fucking question."
See, and you get what you need, but then it's like I gotta pull more out of me. It's a process.
Pull more out of you. What you act like it kills you to answer a simple question.
It's not always that simple.
It really is a yes or no question. Is really that simple. Yes, no. You give me everything else but a yes or no. Yes, I want to know everything. He gets irritated. It's not that hard. Katia is me, right? It's that I'm literally watching it. That Capricorn.
Look, I got work to do.
You do. Yes, I don't understand why answering a yes or no. Do you fail multiple choice or yes? Do you
no,
fail?
I aced
but
test.
Do you fail true or false questions? It's literally yes, no, true, false, yes or no. Goddamn, answer the fucking question. Like, do you fail like true, false? You're like, oh, but this is like it's just that simple.
No,
like answering a yes or no question is simple as answering a true or false question.
No,
yes, it really is that simple.
I said I don't fail. What are you talking about?
Right, but my thing is, then why do you not approach simple questions from your wife? It's literally just the same thing.
Don't be that simple.
But why? But why isn't it? Why does your brain go, "Ooh, Stephanie, oh my God," and your brain goes, "Stephanie, just literally." You really should work on it. It's not always yes or no because y'all ask a complex question and want a simple answer. How is it a complex? Is it really complex or are you overcomplicating things? Why do you overcomplicate simple shit? It literally is just that simple. Literally. Are you going to the store? Yes or no? How is that complex? Yes or no? Are you going to the store? Yes or no? How is that complex? Yes or no? No. Yes. Okay. Can you give me an avocado while you're there? It's just that simple. Why is that so hard?
We're living in that world.
It's not that hard.
We're living in
but
that
let
world.
It be something he wants to talk about. He goes, "Girl, fucking yes. Oh my God." On and 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 on. Girl, yes. Jesus Christ. But I can't get a yes or no. That's what I think. That's what frustrates me more than anything else. It's like you talk about every fucking thing else, but I can't get a yes or no question to are you going to the store? Something as simple. It's overcomplicated. How the fuck is going to the store complicated? Please explain that to me. I'm waiting for an answer, and neither of you have answered that. Because y'all ask a complex question, but want a simple answer. Are you going to the store complex?
That's your example.
I'm
She's
waiting.
talking about something different.
Like what? Literally, the questions be just that simple. Like,
we live in that world. Just answer the question.
It's just
that
that
would
simple.
Be perfect.
No, because if he says yes, you have to follow. It's a follow-up question. Yes.
And it keep going on and on.
No,
like,
it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not. Literally. Because literally, it's literally like, okay.
What time you going? Can you pick up something?
No, literally.
Yep,
That's it. It's not, though. It's literally, no, it doesn't lead. Or clearly, and it may be for him, but it's not going to be for me. Because literally, it's, are you going to the store? Yes or no? If you say yes, can you give me an avocado? If you say no, then never mind. It literally is just that simple.
You make it seem like sometimes it can be.
No, but you
most of the time
but for
not.
some reason, your brain hears when I speak, you overcomplicate shit for no reason. It literally is just that simple. Girl, it literally is just that simple. Why do you overcomplicate shit?
I'm not. We can chat tomorrow.
Girl, good fucking bye.
See?
It literally is just that simple. Or he gives me a long story before answering me. Oh my God. So it's not just me? Oh, I feel so seen right now. Oh, I found my tribe. Thank you. It's not just me.
You keep your fucking tribe.
Thank you. Thank you. It gives me a long. Thank you. I'd be like, are you going to start? Be like, well, you know what? I was thinking about it, but then I might go pick up this thing, and then I want these M&Ms, and then I want these cookies. Girl, are you going to the store or not? Goddamn, I don't care. Like,
right? They don't care about nothing else. But
girl, I asked you a yes or no question. Cookies and M&Ms it's not yes or no. Thank you. She said, long story before answering me. I feel so seen. It drives you up a wall. I don't know, Steph. I understand, Katia. Let me tell Ray to log in. Girl, it's real. There's nothing to understand. Are you going to the store? Yes. Check the box. Yes or no. Literally, it's a checkbox. There's no room for cookies and pies and cake and nothing. Yes or no. Yes or no.
Basic ass life.
Yes, basic. Yes or no.
Basic ass life.
It really could be that simple. Why do you
Yes, no. But you don't talk about nothing else. Nobody cares.
I mean,
about your day. Nobody cares. I care about nothing. No, you
bullshit.
Don't.
I ask you about your day.
Nobody cares about nothing else.
See
Just
why?
Give me a 1, 2 answer.
See why?
And I'm done.
See, look,
blah 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 blah.
Do you see how she overcomplicated that? See,
where?
See, how do we jump from this yes or no question? How do we jump from this? Are you going to the store? I don't care about your day. 10:30 and I'm going to bed. Hit it so we can get off of this because this is like we can. This.
Oh,
we can.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
You can tell them bye.
Peace,
bro. Come on.
Katia got me crying because I'm like, so she got both traits.
Girl, irky as hell. Like, how do we jump from?
Hold on, y'all.
Because look at where we are. Like,
oh, I got you. You are the designer and creator of your destiny. You control your future. Do something daily to get you closer to your goals. It's your girl, KG. I'm the K from SK. You're having amazing. This is my wife, Stephanie. She's the S from SK. Have a good night.